And I'm back to the game. I'm going to spot some trains. So, we got to the station, and how much coin do we have? Let's see, 85. Yeah, I should go sell some reports first, I guess. It's a bit annoying how you have to do it outside of this port, unlike in Sunless Sea, but sure. Now it actually affects the war, so it has some interesting spin to it. Okay, let's sell this time to whistleblowers, or however they were called. Deliver your port reports to the prudent secretary. The office's general manager lives in perpetual fear of his secretary, who was appointed directly from the London office. Their references were inarguable. This will influence the balance of power in the Ridge in favor of the Windward company. Yeah, let's go. To Hondo. We got 2 reputation points. Huh. So far, each report, I think, has the same 100 sovereigns price. The same value. It is comfortable. Wait, T? No. It is a comfortable room for a modest secretary. Stained glass windows lay crimson slants across the desk. The prudent secretary receives your reports and reads them one by one. A number of questions follow, to which the secretary expects cogent, succinct answers. Her Majesty is grateful. Then they say as you leave. Oh yeah, for some reason it the game describes the secretary as a man, or they, whose gender is not defined. And before... Wait a second. Company keeps entire cabinets of them. Favor... Trade favor. Nah, I guess I'm good for now. For gossip or permit, the company keeps entire cabinets of them. I remember I needed a gossip for something when I was traveling. I guess we could acquire that. Just to have it. Word from London. The tea is stewed rather than troubling his secretary. The manager made it himself. But the news is fresh and graceful. Yeah, we actually should have should recruit some new people on board. My minions tend to die pretty easily. I still have fucking seeds. I could try going for one sack and then try to find that place I've been wanting to get. Okay, recruit the Fortunate Navigator. A Fortunate Navigator is thoroughly examining your engine's pipework. Let's see. Crucial bit, this. Look how it's been maintained. Beautiful. Your stalker beams. That was me, mid-flight patch 2. Officers require a sign-on fee, and it is 100 sovereigns. I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, we should save money for now. So he gives us iron by 6, veils by 2, affiliation establishment 1. Yeah, we'll think about that. Okay, nectar for 120, why not? Caged catch 200, munitions 60. Let's see our hold. Should be just seeds and supplies, I think. Come on, hold. Yeah. $80 sovereigns for each. Magdalene's lies to the west of the... Wait a second. To the west? Oh fuck. Was I reading it wrong? Where was that then? Like... fuck. Was it something else? Fucking hell. The host will tell you any lie you need to hear. Some of those lies require flowers. The amenable host wants up to 3 sacks and will pay 80 sovereigns for each. Magdalene's lies to the west of the new Winchester. God damn it. And I've been looking for fucking southwest west. I don't know where I read that. Oops. Yeah, before we buy, let's actually see, maybe we need some hold space. So what's this? Mr Menagerie is passing through New Winchester. A lettered poster by the station advertise the services of Mr Menagerie. Menagerie. A purveyor of fine scouts and A picture displays a tall, cloaked figure, slightly stooped, clutching an array of adorable little beasts close to its long chest. Okay, adorable? I don't know. Doesn't look very adorable. Pile of cages looms out of the smoke. You can buy scouts from Mr Menagerie, but he will move on after you visit. Can I change the bat? The cloaked figure, actually, let's see, bat has weight, has tier, doesn't show you the cost, but it costs you some supplies. I'm pretty sure. Scout, it rasps, hopefully. Its voice like a cleaver on the whetstone. We trade scouts for things and stories. It leans closer to you. We're leaving soon. Okay. Whoa. 2 visions of heavens. That's expensive. Star-smitten bat. It nestles in the crook of Mr Menagerie's neck, burbling happily. Its eyes gleam with pale fire, like one who has looked too long at the star. The star-smitten bat has good range, returns after finding one discovery, and conveys little information about what it finds. It requires mirrors of 25 or more to use. Do I have 25 mirrors? I'm not sure. But anyway, I mean, the description sounds like just a regular bat, but might be something else to it. Require nothing. So I'm paying 2 savage secrets and 2 visions of heavens, right? How lucky that I have exactly 2 of both. He also has a greeny pig. A large greeny pig wearing a plumed helmet is dozing in a hutch. It is sleeping next to an intricate mechanical bat. There was an island of rats and guinea pigs, and they had a war in the first game, which was very funny line of quests. You could decide whom to help. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, and rats note. So yeah, basically they carried over, but in the form of creatures or scouts. The intrepid Kevy has a good range, returns after finding one discovery, but conveys more information about what it finds. It requires mirrors of 45 or more to use. I guess Bat just has more range than mine right now. The rat in the cage at the top of the pile is wearing a miniature sky suit and a very determined expression. The Rattronaut has good range, can find up to 3 discoveries before returning, but conveys little information about what it finds. It requires 65 mirrors. I guess let's go with the bat for now. A bedazzled compatriot. Mr Menagerie runs its gloved hand along its shoulder, attempting to encourage the bat to climb on. Eventually, Mr Menagerie is forced to perform an undignified shimmy to roll the bat onto its hand, and the bat is passed to you. It looks into your face and squeaks. Its pupils shine like cut tourmaline. You are forced to break your gaze after a moment or two. Its eyes are uncomfortably bright. Mr Menagerie begins to gather up its things in preparation for the next leg of its journey. Alright. Wait. It takes up whole space. Fucking bat. Like, the big box that weighs a ton doesn't take up space, but a bat does. Guess I could sell this one, maybe? Hopefully? Wait, what? What's that? Huh. I can see prospects here. Lord something, Lord Blank of Port Prosper requires 3 consignments of souls for an internally themed party to celebrate his diamond wedding anniversary. The quality of the souls is immaterial. Their function will be purely decorative. God save the Queen, etc. Prosper lies to the northwest of New Winchester. Wait, did we have... We had some port where souls were distributed. And we need to go to Port Prosper eventually. So... where was it? Maybe I can even find it. Exports nectar. Sacks of seeds? Really? I swear somewhere here I could buy souls. No, maybe it will give us a clue even. Undistinguished souls can be reliably purchased at Magdalene's Port, Magdalene's, Port Avon and the White Well. They can sometimes be salvaged from Eaters of the Dead and Spitfire engines or extracted from vaults in the Blue Kingdom. Okay, so that's perfect. We're going to Magdalene's. Is it just Magdalene's? And it's not Magdalene's Lies? Munitions for Port Prosper's. Okay, again. Or Prosper. Parsimonious chairman of the Windward company is looking to outfit a dozen more engines with the appropriate precautions. It requires guns in satisfactory qualities. Deliver up to 3 carefully packed crates of munitions to Port Prosper. Okay. Sounds good. Let's sell a bat if we can. Can we? Or should I just drop it in the sea? Fuck. Or I could put it in bank. Yeah, I guess. This is a lot of storage. And this will also carry on to my to the other captain. Note from is it Menagerie? Fuck, I don't know. Let's call him Menagerie. Sounds more right. The poster at the station has been torn down. There is nothing. There is no sign of Mr Menagerie itself. Cowled figures lurk in the fog, but none have a collection of adorable little beasts. The station master waves you over. Mr Menagerie has left a note for you. Why though? Why this particular captain is so important that this shadowy mister wants to just inform him about that? Read a note. Somewhere old, somewhere new. We got to the region's obelisk, which you have made into a gaudy amusement. Yeah? I don't know. But I know the place. It's the circus. So, will my terror drop? What can I do for that to happen? An opportunity. Respond to distress call. A group of concerned Takitais are looking for a skyfaring captain to assist them in retrieving a missing friend. Unlocked when you do not have a retiring filmmaker. Well, let's see. Captain, a broad-shouldered Takiti speaks for the group. A friend of ours. There are protests. An acquaintance of ours was sent a message from Hebras. She needs transport back to New Winchester. He pauses for breath. Would you mind picking her up if you happen to go out that way? She's a filmmaker. Goes by Lumiri. She said she'd never return, but so I have to assume she is taken ill. I'd be good to make sure she gets back safely. Hebras lies to the east-northeast of New Winchester. Okay, I hope this is true. East-northeast. Let's see what's in the club. Oh, the Girak says fiddling with his innumerable talismans. Oh, I think I read that. It's just a tutorial. Really, nothing I can do? What about the war? Slow-burning war for the rich forms the backdrop to daily life in New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with the developments of the war turned to the New Gazette. Yeah, I read that. The fortunes of war. Tensions mount in the Gulf of Gloam as the stalled Taggeti scout refuses any attempt at rescue by patrolling Windward Company engines. The captain has called in aid from Taggeti contingent on maneuvers near Traitor's Wood, which the Windward commander is unwilling to let approach. Bloodshed is expected immediately. Taylor's Wood, never found it. Political situation. The lay of the land. The assembly runs the yeah, the same. I think the first one wasn't the same. Search for my name. One's reputation. Your name does not appear. Okay. Wish I could relieve stress somehow. Potential recruits crowd the station looking for work with promising captains. You'll only be able to do this once every 15 days. Hire few crew. How few? 2 or 3. Yeah, that's fine. For 40 and 6 for 80. There are always workers eager to leave the filth and grime of the port. You can have your pick. I got 3, perfect. There is a buzz of chatter as your new crew board your engine. A brief scuffle over the berths is swiftly resolved. Can I do something with this box? Still no. Well, let's get supplies and head out then. 6 fuel, 4 supplies. I guess. So the question is, do we go here? Yeah. Wait, there are souls, but souls said to be sold at the Magdalene, so okay, it's not that far. Let's go there. Weird that it says it exports bronze wood. Maybe there are many opportunities to buy seeds. It's like occurring sometimes, but bronze wood can be purchased all the time. Which is a bit artificial. Like it only works with quests, kind of. Doesn't occur by itself. Yeah, what the hell was with the terror? What do I do with that? Oh fucking hell. Seed sprout again. Or if I throw it away. Take no chances, cast them into the sky. Your crew would prefer this. I wish it showed me how much terror was lifted. I think it was like 8. Thorough job. You gather any sack whose seeds show the slightest hint of green or any quiver of life and spill them into the sky. Your crew are glad to see them go. One tells a story of a captain who acted too slowly, whose locomotive was choked with ferns. It wasn't worth it. But we have a high terror, and I need to do something about that. Wispy condensation trails, like that. Should have enough money. Wait, maybe I can... No, still not enough. But if we go... some shows... New arrivals at the circus, a fire burns by the obelisk where newcomers mingle. And the Mr Menagerie. But... can I even... buy anything? Tattered poster, read that. A pile of cages, yeah. I can listen to a story of things past. For 1 sovereign? Great price. Yeah, he has the same stuff. Moment of inspiration. Condemned experiment needed for rat. Searing enigma needed for fucking guinea pig. Really definite bat? I can purchase back a fucking definite bat. Fucking otherworldly artifacts? Really? Why? Okay, Mr. Menagerie is keen to tell you a tale from its collection, but requires payment first. Charity is a crime. The punishment severe. Change customs. Mr. Menagerie gestures to the spindle of rock that anchors the circus like a stone weighing down an escaping balloon. Once we gathered here. We held our bargains and boasted of our chiefs. Our bands displayed the finest of goods. Our magnanimity was sharp as knives. All knew our worth. Then the light came. They made of our grounds sport, a dancing place, a laughing place. They made bargains of their own. And now you do the same. It rasps in tones of mild reproach. Okay. Is he like a creature of shadows? Something? I mean, okay, he told me a story, but I actually haven't received anything except text. Unlocked when Mr. Menagree's last voyage is Mr. Menagerie has left Polmere and Plenty's Inconceivable Circus? Okay, whatever. Away, Mr. Menagerie nods its head. We are moving elsewhere soon, but we will leave a note saying where we have gone. We will have more things to show and stories to tell. So far, you had the same stock, buddy. It turns away, humming an eerie tune to itself as it gathers up its things for the next leg of the journey. Okay, maybe we could relieve our stress by going to the circus. And also maybe we could acquire a story. New arrivals at the circus. A fire burns by the obelisk where newcomers mingle. None of them seem to know what drew them here, save that they had nowhere else they knew they should be. They trade stories and the last of the liquor from their flasks, finding solace here for reasons that they can't seem to explain. Could have recruited them if I didn't have a full ship. Listen to the stories. Who were they before they were called here? Oh, cool. Terror. Colin. What do you want now? So now it's... You don't really have an easy way to lift your terror. Before you could go to London and just kind of read Gazette, pay some You had some entertainment there or something? Like every time you go to London, it's almost a full clean up of your terror. Now it's not so easy. Tales of life and loss. The broken. The disavowed. The fugitives. Every visitor has their own story and a hole in their heart. A few demonstrate acts with which they hope to join the circus itself. Others talk of their plans to leave this place and resume their lives. Not today, but tomorrow. Or the day after that, perhaps. Perhaps. I don't know how that uplifted anyone's mood, but sure. Note. Is it the same? Yeah, I guess so. We journey to the place of apples where an old regent's ruins lie. So he like speaks in riddles for his next place he's going to be. But at the same time, you don't really need to find him. He doesn't give you anything valuable, at least not so far. Port report, why not? Get some tickets. Another performance. The tent. It's new. The tent is barely any more populated than the last show. Yeah, it's new. The ringmaster does his best fixing a white grin under his mustache as he introduces what passes for the acts. The humiliated magician's attempt to saw his assistant in half comes to an unfortunate end. High above, the bereaved acrobat again performs their half of the routine for a tiny amount of applause. Afterwards, the pensive clown trips into the spotlight, dropping the balls and as the balls he juggles. It's silent enough to hear them hit the floor. It ends when the headstrong strongman lifts a very large barbell over her head. Oh yeah, I forgot that strongman is a woman. Strong woman. Yeah, I read it as strong man for some reason. It's a headstrong, strong woman. She repeats this several times when the crowd's reaction isn't as enthusiastic as she'd have liked. The show ends with a smattering of reluctant applause. So, ringmaster. Let's see. The ringmaster looks relieved to see a familiar face. Oh, thank God! We've got a show to put on, and one of my biggest acts is throwing a tantrum. No. He pauses, toying with his exquisitely managed mustache as he looks you up and down. I don't suppose you've ever considered stepping into the ring yourself? I can be a joker, baby. Offer your services as a lion tamer. No, thank you. Acrobat. Is this going to test my different stats? Like lion tamer is probably iron. Unless there is a strong man heart. Clown is probably hearts. Acrobat fails. Offer your crew services. Circus wants workers beneath you, but not your crew. I mean, I can't pass the opportunity to be the Joker, baby. Dressed in motley and with the grease paint face, you do your best to entertain. The audience laughs at your heartfuls, some of them even deliberate. Afterwards, the ringmaster claps you on the shoulder. Excellent. Well, terrible. Never do that again, but please come and see me behind the tents. Ooh, whoa. 5 sky stories? Nice. Guess let's go for amusements. Maybe I can repeat amusements and leave terror this way. The midway course. Most of the stalls here are empty. Their owners either asleep or long since gone. You gamely make the most of them. From the Hall of Mirror, there's only one, to the Whack-A-Rat, game currently closed due to the rats having unionized. At least the day proves quiet, with nothing actively trying to kill you. In the high wilderness, that alone counts as a vacation. Okay, let's go behind tents first. See what we can do. Beyond the performers and the permanent audience, the circus is deserted. Everyone keeps to their quarters unless they are practicing the show. Despite the calliope music, the mood back here is closer to that of a mausoleum. Wait, I already read that, fuck. But before they just threw me out. Visit the ringmaster's caravan. Pretty sure I will be able to talk to them all, I guess. The door is open. From inside you can hear the constant ruffling of a deck of cards. Hats, cats, bats and rats. The ringmaster is sat on a fat cushion, idly shuffling a worn pack of playing cards. So that guy, that drawing of a guy with a card is probably the ringmaster. He smiles wearily at you. I ask the cards about you. He draws from the top of the deck, sets them on the table. They say you can help. He then places them back into the deck and beats you a shuffle and draw for yourself. The cards are the same. He smiles the same weary smile. Looks like they haven't changed their minds. Are you just using cheap tricks on me? The ringmaster shuffles, cuts, and deals the cards. This is what work I can offer you. Accept a commission to repair the magician's crops. Accept the commission to reclaim... Okay, let's read them all then. 8 of bats. The magician's props are in need of fixing. The ringmaster sighs. Oh, so hats, cats, bats, and rats are type of cards. Accept the commission to reclaim the acrobat's twin. 4 of hats. One of them has run away. Again. The ringmaster huffs. It's time to bring them home. Accept the commission to purchase costumes for the clown. 2 of cats. The costumes are not for the clown, but for his pet. Geese. Untitled geese. Cuddles and Ruffles. Okay, they are titled then, never mind. He's not funny without them, confides the ringmaster. Accept a commission to post flyers for the strong woman. 6 of rats. Ideally, the strong woman's act is to lift unusual objects brought in by the crowd. The problem is, no one knows they are supposed to bring something. Commission to post flyers for the strong woman. This sounds really easy. Maybe we should start with that. The ringmaster leans under his table to pick up a fat bundle of posters. He drops them with a thud. We need these slapped all across the leaded bitter and stained rod nature reserve and New Winchester. Oh, I've been there. The nature reserve. So I can only pick one help. Like, talk to the humiliated magician. He leans beneath a faded poster of himself, smoking a cheap, malodorous tobacco. It breaks my heart you had to sit through that, he says, nodding toward the big top. Sometimes I wonder why I left Mahogany Hall. Then I remember how much plenty paid before this whole place lost its founding. He puts out the cigarette on the poster, then tosses it into an overturned top hat. Talk to the bereaved acrobat. Their tent is larger than the others. The flap is tied open for visitors. They half raise themselves from their deep cushions in greeting and bid you sit across from them. They ask how you enjoy the show, and before you can answer, they apologize for their performance. I'm nothing by myself, they say. Without my twin, there is to catch me, or there is to leap. For me to catch, it's quite dull, but they are trying to break themselves from the circus again. How many of acrobats in the tent right now? if we're looking for a twin and not a triplet. Talk to the pensive clown. His head is bowed. His bold dome shines in the lantern light. If you ignore the grease paint, it looks not unlike the bust of a Grecian philosopher. The clown rubs the back of his head. It's troubling to me that the show goes on, even if... no. It's troubling to me that the show goes on, even no one's there to watch. He looks to you, searchingly. What does he expect you to say? Oh, I can't say anything apparently. Talk to the headstrong woman. Strong woman. Yeah. If she isn't performing or training, she tends to keep inside her caravan. She welcomes you to her caravan and begs for your pardon for the mess. For though the caravan is a remarkable oasis of cleanliness in the otherwise untidy port, the only other seat she can offer is stacked with poems. She places them beneath her own chair and begins to ask you questions about your life, and the inquiries into her own she deflects with the wit of a slighted baroness. Okay, there is no missions. The ringmaster stands and shakes your hand as you enter. He is rather short. Now he isn't standing on the top of a calliope. He wags his finger at you. I've been in this business long enough to know what you are thinking, he says sternly. It's the shoes, you special pair to make me look tall. I've a special pair to make me look tall. He laughs and bids you sit to enjoy a pot of tea with him. Alright. The big top. The call of the circus. The echoing silence of the empty tent is undercut by something just out of earshot. A buzzing almost. You travel to the giant obelisk to one side of the port. The noise, the sensation only gets louder. So I think people are drawn to the obelisk, and a circus that just kind of exploits that trait, maybe, to benefit. The obelisk is covered with the giant indecipherable symbols, and as you touch it, you being here feels right on some deep primal level. All thoughts... So wait, you can touch it? I thought it was flying in the distance. Is it like a smaller version of obelisk? There are multiple ones? You travel to the giant obelisk. To one side of the port, the noise, the sensation only gets louder. The obelisk is covered with giant indecipherable symbols, and as you touch it, being here feels right on some deep primal level. All thoughts of travel melt away. There's a place for you here, where you're meant to be, among the grease paint and the sawdust. You quickly pull your hand away. The itch recedes. Well, so far, this is a good place. Seems like a good place to relieve your terror. Oh, they don't sell tickets anymore, so yeah, I have a limited amount of times I can use this per trip. Amusements, that midway calls. Okay, that's the same. Less time. Wait, the circus staff have hinted that the ringmaster might have a ward. Okay. No, that's the same stuff. I guess it's wrong, the description. Ticket booth. A scribbled note. Back in. It says, followed by an indecipherable scribble. How useful. Oh wait. Selection of immaculate souls. Oh, was it here? That's immaculate souls, not common ones. Hmm. 175 for wood. I need to check for how much I can sell it at Winchester later. Wait, where is... Fuck. There's no seeds anymore. God damn it. Fucking hell. What about seeds opportunity? Ah, fuck, I think I need to go for seeds to the other place. Then... this sucks. It's a long way. But we had something at Nature Reserve. we're heading. Okay. Sky closes its cold jaws about you. Water freezes in the pipes. Engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. Okay, that is port. Just fuel. Guess we could hop and see what's up. I wonder if frost does anything to my ship. Like, maybe we consume more fuel or supplies. The The incautious driver grimaces. Mother said illness is all in the mind. She'd fit right in here. Never heard of that. Let me guess, you don't have seeds. That looks ominous. Carillon Center. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by devils from London. It's Carmine. Do they mine cars? It's a color, a vivid crimson color.
Carmine.
Right. Devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Oh, interesting. So they like harvest souls, make them first taste better, more sophisticated, and then drink them or consume. Botheridge's Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She commends its bracing airs. Enter foyer, travel around Carillon. Well, guess let's enter. Grey stone, the color of a monastery. Attending devils and devilesses, dressed in uniform, and an incoming parade of the sick, the friendless, the dying, and those who think their lives would be better if only they were something else. This is Carilon, where souls are refined into something more impressive. Go and speak to the presiding deviless. Actually, let's make a break in the recording first. It's time. And back. She's an artisan of souls. Perhaps she can do something with yours. Perhaps she will just offer you advice. Write a port report. Yeah, let's start with that. The penitents come from all corners of the high wilderness. Someone will want to hear of their comings and goings. You take some notes on the pilgrim's journey through Carilon. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants directs them to one of Carilon's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably their souls are much improved, not that you can tell. Also have something I can do. Visit the isolated office of an abstemious devil. I need his commission. An affliction establishment 5. Well, let's see what Deviless has to say. Hopefully she's not going to just take away our soul. Actually, there was a part in Sunless Sea when you could have just sold your soul to monkeys on an island. I think it had no effect. You just give it away and nothing really happens. Not between the wicker works. The presiding deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive. A stone and wickerwork building that stands all alone in the middle of Carilon's central courtyard. She conducts and takes interviews with the new patients, one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, comrade. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you? Now you've come to Carilon. Ooh. What her eyes remind me? I'm not sure. Her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There is a sack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something to your disadvantage. Okay, purchase souls, but wait, no. Purchase an indulgence for souls? All the other types of penance are slower and more difficult. Buy indulgences in bulk and provide exquisite insight. I'm not sure what indulgences do for now. Such a dedicated user of Carillon, can you help her devise some new horrors for the minds of the unworthy? Penance, ordeal, inescapable truth, indulgence, success, enlightenment. So it seems like I can just do a bunch of penances on my scenes. We'll see how it works. Ask her about Carillon. She must be used to explaining to newcomers and to those whose memories are attenuated by pain. 7 gardens of 7 scenes. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch to the Princess of Hell. For humans, primarily, though we do attend to a few other creatures. Elsewhere on the Great Chain, they come to us with souls. They are stained, disused in every kind of sordid condition, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Carillon by their families or employers. Initiate of Carillon? Sure. And after a stay at Carillon, what then? One should not enter if one does not know how to leave. She looks surprised. Most people go home again, she says. Some find that they are weary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on that slender profit, and on what we can get from donations or from sales of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the blank page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? She makes down a page or two on all your least favorite things. Well, let's listen, but it feels like I will gain terror by participating. And so far I haven't figured out a good way to reduce it. Listen to a proposal and gain access to the terraces of Carillon. She's prepared to offer you a deal. A welcome patient. Listen, she says. You are free to make use of Carillon. Take a penance or two after your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There is another matter I hope you will look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the gaslight terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he might still not be entirely aligned with the objectives of Carillon. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage. She looks grim. Bring me the evidence and I will reward you. Okay. Farewell. Come back if you have any other questions, says the Deviless. She has already opened the next file on her desk. There was an option to go behind the building, I think. So maybe we will find that devil there. Led between the wicker works, the presiding Deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wicker. Yeah, read that. How do I go back? Yeah, here we go. Travel around Carillon. Carillon is broken into terraces where most of the soul treatments take place. Visit the Gaslight Terrace. Dozens of newcomers walk in that direction. It must be a safe choice. Penance, enlightenment can be gained here. Oh, okay. So you gaining penances on this island, not like living through your adventures. Well, let's see. The sand is rocky, the bell garden. The sound of chimes is audible all the way down here. The checkered board garden. Oh, we could go for chess first. It is reached by a flight of wrong-sized steps. The risers too steep and the flats too narrow. Stunned grove. At the center of Carillon, a half-height grove of blackthorn bushes. Garden of insatiable roses. Only penitents with the stained souls may visit the garden of insatiable roses. I have stained soul? Huh. How I did that? Sand garden. You need a clear soul to be admitted. Ah. I wonder if I won't be able to do the other one until I like come back again. Well, let's start with chess. Not a long journey. By the time you come out onto the plane of the checkerboard, your calves are hurting. The devils are playing tricolor chess with some of the penitents. White pieces, red pieces, pieces of the color of a flourishing wind. Around the edges of the board sit the patients who have already been captured or who were never part of the game to begin with. Gain a penance of shift of perspective. Consider the robbery man. He stands at the edge of the board, ignored by the players. Well, let's start with him, I guess. No one has dressed him for the chess game or let him enter the board. He stands off to one side, tentacles squirming. Oh, he has. Oh wait, is this fucking squid guy from the first game? I think he was related to chesses too. I won him by playing chess on some island. Writhing introductions. He is surprised, and I think I had a romance with him somehow. He's surprised that you approach him. He moves to make room for you, in case you are merely trying to occupy his space. When you speak to him, he offers a squishy handshake. By various signals, gestures, and directions of his eyes, he indicates that he has come here looking for his place in the world. I don't know how you can communicate that with just signals of your eyes and gestures, but sure. Unless like you use a sign language. Ask the robbery man about the devil with the rose-colored gloves. Redemption of a robbery man. Elevation of a robbery man. So we need a bunch of penances for that. And then the hope you can understand. And then hope you can understand the answer. Startling. The robbery man holds up one tentacle representing the devil with the rose-colored gloves. Then he holds up another tentacle. After a moment, he twists the two together, and the tentacles meant to be kissing? Is that what that is? God damn it, robbery man. Already getting fucking sexual. When you look blank, the robbery man repeats the pantomime several times. Perhaps the devil has a lover. Perhaps the devil loves the robbery man. Perhaps the devil enjoys exotic forms of dance. Well, very helpful. You sexy tentacle. Gain a penance of shift. Yeah. Those who name drop who aim too high, who spend too much time in low company, who do not know their place, they wind up here. Well, let's see what it is. All you have to do is wait. A woman wearing a horse head invited a princess to a drinking party. Unless she overcomes these flaws, she's doing vigorous exercises in a sweaty room. The supervising devil is distracted by the play on the chessboard. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. I succeeded but I kind of failed too. I thought I would be playing a game, but the hell happened here? I just looked at the woman. Success again. All you have to do is wait. The Red King made use of a carriage with the gilt panels on the doors. Despite being extremely low-born, for the penitent's own good, he is being told glamorous stories of parties, but never invited to them. The supervising devil makes notes. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. What the hell is happening? Am I just observing people? That's how I gain this penance? I just want to know what's failure going to be like. Yeah, terror figures. Also, how did I lose? How did I dropped to 20? Was it 23? All you have to do is wait. The White King made use of a oh wait. They're speaking about chess pieces. Oh, like chess pieces are characters for some reason. The White King made use of a carriage with the gilt panels on the doors, despite being extremely low-born, until the penitent recovers from this inclination. He suffers consistent nightmares of having devoted into a lower creature such as a fluke. As for punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. Weird. It's strangely similar. What if I talk to a rubbery man again? I don't think I'm ready for this. Like, I could continue, but I also will gain terror and